Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome everyone to Trekking Across the Universe. We are reviewing Star Trek Lower Decks, fifth and apparently final season at this time. We're going to be reviewing episode 9 in just a few moments. The episode is entitled Fisher Quest, and it is written by Lauren McGuire and directed by Brandon Williams. I suppose we can get to it right now. I want to welcome the co-host, starting Greg. How you doing, young man?
I am doing well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well, and all injuries to the contrary. I'm glad you're doing well, Admiral. How you doing, Commander Cooper? How are you?
I'm doing okay, provided I can keep a connection. We've had some disruptions in our multiverse too with the wind. We've got up to 60 miles an hour and snapped off flagpoles and everything. So I'm lucky to be here at the moment.
I am grateful that you are. Good morning, Aaron. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing very well, thank you. And of course, Admiral Day. How you doing, young man?
Yeah, whatever. I'm doing good. It's just cold here. If I go Aaron's temperature, it's 1 degree.
Yeah, that's cold.
That is cold.
We were just short of it being there too. I was telling a few other people that over the last few days we're seeing 30 and 40 degrees. For those of you that know, that's about 0 and 1 as well. So it is cold in many parts of the United States and apparently around the world. We'll get to it. And I don't know who I started off with last time, so I'm going to go to Liz. Let's get to it, young lady.
This episode, how do I explain it? There were some parts I absolutely loved. I love the fact that they brought back, and the actors came back for several of the characters. Like Andrew Robinson came back for Garak, and he brought back Alexander Sieg, which was great. And the fact that they had Garrett Wang come in and play not only multiple characters of Harry Kim, but one of them actually got a 2-pip, which was great. And there was also some mention of Trip, Connor Tinner, which was really cool. But overall, at the beginning, I really felt it lagged so much that it was like, okay, this is so boring other than these little bits of characters. When are we going to get to the good stuff? It's like, come on. And I would say probably in the last 7 minutes or so, we got to the good stuff where things actually started to unravel to why we were there. And that last very little minute of pulling back where everything goes in, Boimler trusts, well, the Boimler that we see trusts our lower decks crew of the Boimlers was probably the best part, where he sends the message back through that he knows and he trusts that the other Boimler, our Boimler, can, figure things out and get things corrected with our lower decks crew. But when our Boimler sees the message and freaks out, was probably the best thing with the entire, I guess, this portion of it, because there's going to be, of course, the second half. But that is the part that I literally laughed out loud, and I heard some of you guys did too. Other than that, like I said, you can give or take like the first 15, 20 minutes of it. It wasn't all that great to me, other than the characters popping in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the entire episode. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
We're
thank
outta
you for
here.
coming, everybody. Yes.
Okay, fine,
Guys, I want to have your first thoughts of it, and then let's just get into it. So that's why I'm going around the room. All kidding aside, I appreciate that, Liz. I detect just a little bit of quantum excitement on this one. Michael.
Well, I was going to say the only thing that I disagree with Commander Cooper is I don't think the first 15 minutes was that boring. I was just enjoying having those characters back in this different respect, and different shows, and they're all combined. I just thought that was fun. But I did laugh out loud at the same part she said when good old our Boimler, heard the message and
yeah,
about died. So that was hysterical.
Aaron.
I really love this. Like Michael said, I watched it and enjoyed the whole thing. It's probably one of my favorite Lower Decks episodes, especially after the rest of this season. Yeah, I looked at the running time and was like, wow, 30 minutes. This is going to be interesting. And I didn't notice because I enjoyed it so much. And I'm so glad that they got Jolene back as T'Pol. That is all.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
I said before we got online.
Greg.
So, I mean, the cameos. I mean, you can't go wrong when you get Andrew Robinson and Alexander Siddig back together.
No.
And I'm sorry, I started laughing even before the credits when they announced that Garrick and Bashir were a couple.
Which goes back to the original idea on DS9.
Uh-huh.
No, really? That
Yeah.
was actually part of a plan?
Oh yeah, Aaron, you were nodding, right? It's not a secret. Go ahead.
And Andrew Robinson said that he played Garrick like he wanted to have sex with Bashir. That was the intention. He was a sort of bisexual love interest.
Those Cardassians.
Those Cardis. Greg, I'm
They're
sure.
dirty.
I'm not sure if you finished your thoughts. Go ahead, please.
Well, the tension was always there, but I mean, I just thought that was hilarious, and the fact that this Bashir was a hologram just even made it funnier for me.
Oh, I know.
And I could just imagine Sue and me having some of the same banter because I mean, I've been married like 7 years. Multiple Kims was a riot. That only one of them was a lieutenant. I mean, I thought Garrett did such a great job voicing Lieutenant. So I really appreciated that. Of course,
You're coming in and out, at least for me, Greg.
Yeah, we are losing you a bit.
Oh,
Greg.
I am terribly sorry.
Oh, you too? You got to stay close to the mic?
That must be the problem.
Okay.
I thought it was aimed at me better. Hello, I am talking right into it now.
They are your combat wounds, young man. They're distracting you.
I loved the fact that they based the Quantum Fisher ship on the Enterprise that was teased, Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
First Contact?
Nope, Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Motion picture.
Okay.
Motion picture,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
On the recreation deck below
Oh, that's right.
the big view screen, they had like the lineage of the Enterprise. And
Yeah.
one of them was this XCV-330
Oh, nice.
that fans have been like dying to see more of. So the fan service in this episode I thought was top notch. It just, maybe because the last few were so meh that I appreciated this one. I knew it was going to be a two-parter. You could tell by the way that they were slowly getting to the climax, but I appreciated it. They redeemed themselves by returning to the Fisher problem in my book. Throughout the season, should have had that throughout the season. And, I think they're going to go out with a bang. I think, just as I suspected, I think I mentioned either last week or the week before, probably spent so much time focusing on the finale that forgot that we shouldn't throw away half a dozen episodes out of 10.
I want to take back some of my negativity that I had. You guys know I've been whining throughout most of the year, and I get it now. They had such a tight season 4. They went in the opposite direction deliberately because they didn't want to copy season 4. The genius of that, I will readily blame myself and give them credit because it does change the tenor of the season a bit. But I don't know if you thought it was meandering. I don't think you thought it was boring, Commander Cooper. I didn't take it that way.
Yeah,
I guess it took a while for it to get going.
exactly.
I didn't catch that. Like Aaron said a bit ago, I didn't know the runtime, but I wasn't paying attention. And boy, did it move. For me, it moved. And let me tell you, I did smile, maybe laugh within the first 10 minutes. And then when they brought Lily in,
Oh,
and
definitely.
it was her. Lily,
Oh, it was Alfre Woodard,
was
yes.
her. Alfre Woodard. I was smiling full out, and I was in. I was really paying attention to a lot of the stuff that was going on, but knowing that she was in and explaining the whole idea, especially the sarcasm of Boimler, he's like, another quantum reality. And he is spent. Oh, and our Boimler has the full Riker beard now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool. It took him a while to get there. But I think Boimler's other life crossing the quantum threshold again. So, and knowing that the evil person was us in another reality trying to discover. And that may be, I don't think I've read any of this, that might be high concept, like that 6th season episode. Remember where the warp drive was destroying our galaxy? Remember that?
Yeah,
In a way, this kind of comes up to it. I caught all the techno babble. I was in the Soliton waves. I was like, I know that. And of course, I saw that after. That was from the high ground. Remember the warp test on the wave? It was on that episode with the terrorists from that planet, the high ground, where Dr. Crusher is taken as a captive.
Yes. When they
So-
phase out and grab her from their cloak. And,
It was absolutely wonderful. I caught right away Bashir and Garrick in a relationship. And then Mariner in a science uniform. This is the Mariner that mom and dad wanted her to be.
yeah.
Like the phenomenal officer. And how funny that she's the one that breaks in, not wanting to ever go on an away mission. I loved it how they said, hey, he's got more than 2 pips. Wait. And he says, wait, are you still ensigns? That's effed up, man. Now, I did like how Kim said, more than 2 dimensions? Aaron, was that a fourth wall what do they say, fifth wall moment? The 2 dimensions, TV and animation.
I feel like it. Either that or because isn't like Kim in Voyager supposed to be like a duplicate?
Yeah.
Very
Season
good.
2,
That's
so I was
right.
like, maybe that's the second. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Maybe it was that. But he says more than 2 dimensions? I took it as the cartoon in this, but
Yeah.
very good. All right. Okay. There were a lot of funny lines. Curzon and T'Pol arguing. And I love how she says, my notes were Curzon fights with T'Pol over the diet. He says, well, I'm going to live a full life, for Dax. Sodium is not a full life. That was funny. They were a bit of a couple also. So that was interesting. And she talks about having been married with, look, I know sarcasm. I was married to a human for 6 decades or something like that. There was humor, guys. The Quapians or whatever they are, they're from season 1, which was good that they came back. And then Curzon says, no, I think the captain says the Quapians are cute. And then Curzon says, yeah, but at least they don't drink our bones. So that was a shout out to Moopsie, I believe.
Yeah, it was
Oopsie.
I love Oopsie.
I loved how Lily was explaining what they were doing. And she says, to better understand ourselves, what humans can be, so far, it's limitless. Let me tell you guys, these guys went deep on this episode. They pulled all of the Star Trek stops. They pulled so many concepts. They blew me away. I loved it. I loved Mariner's line, "Damn you, 2-Pip Kim." That was funny.
Mhm.
And then the whole idea that if they go through, it's going to be a bomb that will damage all realities. And T'Pol's serious droll line, yeah, something beyond measure that we even can't calculate the damage that would done. I love the whole idea of the micro warp, which came from DS9, the fourth season, I believe, when the Defiant jumped in the star system to beat the Bashir character. And then when Curzon was wounded, and the whole conversation between T'Pol and Curzon, the transference of the memories, and she says, "Whoa, that was a whole lot of Contra. I wasn't expecting that." Because that's right. It was how many lives?
Oh, lots.
Yeah, so that was a whole lot of Contra. And of course, I did laugh at the very end. Oh, and Mariner being squished. That was funny. That was cool by the gravity. I do have some images. If you guys want to go ahead and refer to them, I have them here. I mentioned this before we went live. The T'Pol character was dressed like T-Less, which was kind of cool. That was another homage to Enterprise. And it was great that they brought Enterprise into this. And I love how the resolution of the episode was, but how do you know what's going to happen? And Lily said something, because Boimler trusts them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the best lines in it.
Yeah.
That was like the start.
Oh, he's gone.
Greg, we lost it. That was the best of.
That was like one of the best lines for me, and it was like the Star Trekiest line.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude. It was heavy with Star Trekiest stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Boimler shocks all of us. Holy F! We're all going to die!
Hi.
I got to admit, I did laugh, and
Credits.
to be continued. That was good. Okay.
Oh.
I covered quite a bit as well. I have the imagery, and I have like 21 slides. So I don't know if you guys wanted to go over them by scenes, but that one. Mariner looked hot, man, when she was saving the ship. I don't know, but I was getting some crazy Mariner vibes. But yes, I know she's a cartoon. Forgive me. Now remember.
Okay, back up one. All right.
That's
so
cool.
this is
There it
the
is.
Beagle
Yes.
that resembles the CVN 330,
Yeah.
which I thought was a great.
Yeah.
Losing you again.
Yeah. We lost you a bit
Oh.
there.
So the Beagle I thought was a great
Yes.
universe reference.
Yes, that's right. Picard, right?
Mm,
No, I thought
no,
that was
I
Enterprise. That
thinking
was
of
Archer.
The ship design.
Oh, do you mean the name Beagle for the dog? I thought it was Picard
Yeah.
when he was talking about him going out of the Beagle. Remember he said, could you imagine when he started searching, going around the world, Darwin?
Yes.
was aboard the
so
Beagle
the
with
Beagle
no
would have been
weapons.
named after the HMS Beagle, which was the ship that Darwin was on when he cataloged the Galapagos Islands.
You're
Yeah,
right.
okay.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
That's where I got that from. But the Beagle from Enterprise, the dog, I guess.
Mhm.
I think it was probably a dual reference.
Yeah. This was great. Your ending, and this is how it starts off. All of them are there. It was really cool. And like I said, he's got the full Riker theme that he's doing. And then we go straight to this. And he's wearing the Section 31 badge.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I can't mention what it is, which is really kind of cool. But guys, go ahead and jump in. This Boimler is a weathered Boimler. He carries the weight of not the universe, but the fate of all existence. Can you imagine that?
So I love that he's got dark circles under his eyes to amplify that.
Yeah. It was really good. And bringing in the Curzon Dax character, I thought also was a nice touch. And then the Kim with the 2 pips, which was really funny. But go ahead, guys. Come on, jump in. I've already given my share.
What
Go ahead.
did you think about Lily getting saved by Garrick? I thought that was pretty cool. And from what I hear, a lot of fans that had watched, a lot of my friends anyway, had said they really loved that because it was really cool to kind of see those two characters come together and kind of what they'd wanted is them to kind of cross over in each other's universes.
Interesting. Guys, comments on that?
I like that, you know, he was still Elam Garrick to the, you know, in character. You know, when commenting about, you know, why he knew how to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. He says, "You're a surgeon." That is not all that I am. That was good. And did you guys notice this touch as well about the uniforms?
Yeah, they're wearing Enterprise uniforms.
Yep.
Lily
Yes.
and yeah.
Oh, but there's another touch on here. When the season began, they were wearing blue uniforms, and then they dyed them later, or maybe vice versa.
Yeah, it was
Greg,
purple
Eric?
first. Yeah.
Yeah, it was purple first up.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch. Also an homage to how Picard had a different uniform as well. That was kind of cool.
And it was the same for Garrick and Bashir. They have a different color, blue and teal undershirts.
Yeah.
That's the face Boimler makes in almost every episode. But it was good. Do I have a scene? Oh, yeah, he's wearing the First Contact uniform, Garrick is. And let me see. Let me go back a bit. Do I have a scene? Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, they're both wearing First Contact. So.
Yeah, but notice Bashir's is teal and Garrick's is blue.
That's right. Yes, just exactly what you said. You are so right. Guys, there was a lot to like in this episode. I don't know if I want to add any more on specific references, but it was impressive. I don't want to.
I think what was good in the story as well is that it played on the idea of the multiverse, and like Boimler's quite disgruntled with it, as like I imagine some fans are. The fact that on different franchises they sort of rehash the same characters, and it's an endless sort of thing. Yeah, yeah. But I think that the fun part of it is that, and the interesting part of it, which is obviously part of the story, is that you're able to take characters in different scenarios and see how they interact differently, and that's sort of exploring the human condition to see how people behave. So yeah, I thought it was clever that was part of the story as well as it being a fun thing.
I have a question though for you guys, especially like with you, Aaron. Do you think, in all honesty, that they might have just crammed too much of the stuff into a single episode versus kind of slowly unveiling it as, you know, the different episodes came across?
I suppose if they did something, I think like my Roger said at the start, it sort of made sense why this season was the way it was, because it could very easily have been the same as the previous season. And I guess the idea of maybe like collecting these characters along the way, like in each episode, you know, they found T'Pol and they found Garrick and whatever, and then by the end of it, they had a gang. That would kind of be essentially what happens in the previous season.
Okay.
Where they're taking, you know, aliens from different species, and then in
Right.
the end they all join together to save the day. So I kind of maybe see why they didn't do that, but I still think that everyone had their moment in it. I actually thought that when we first see Garrick, Bashir doesn't say anything for a couple of scenes, and I was like, oh, you know, it's just a physical cameo. But to hear Alexander Siddig in it, and there was character there, I appreciated actually the fact that, you know, some actors would interpret that as, oh, you know, we've made this character gay, I'll just play it as normal. But he like put the foot on the gas and like played it 100% the most homosexual Bashir he could ever be.
Oh yeah,
And
including
I feel
the kiss.
like, yeah, but yeah, so I still think everyone had their moment. So yeah.
Aaron, did he really? I didn't catch that. I did not catch that he was playing it at 100%. I had no idea. I knew it was a character. No, go ahead.
The British accent is hard to discern between whether someone is just immensely camp or.
Oh god.
That was good. Thank you. All right.
But I think a combination of the fact that their lines are, you know, very coupley bickery.
Yes.
But I also think that he really did ramp it up. Like it was I was impressed that he was like, "Yep, this is gay."
You
Yeah, and
know,
I thought it was a lot more natural because I mean I could see me and Sue having those conversations. I thought it was a lot more natural than Stamets and Culver. Discovery.
Oh, yeah.
I never bought the relationship between Stamets and his husband, but I bought this relationship.
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
my God, instantly. But then I also, when I caught on it right away, I suppose I knew what it was, and they were paying an homage to that. How so many years they weren't going to do that for whatever reason, because of ignorant people or, whatever. I just, how appropriate that it would be another reality where things were right, I suppose, or correct. And I got it, man. It was really good. And I got the whole concept right away. I was like, okay, way to go. Kudos, guys. It would have been pedantic, as Aaron said a few moments ago, about doing it again the same way as last season. Last season was so awesome. Now this one, they went in the opposite direction. Again, bold move. Congratulations to them. There was so much that I did like about this episode. It hasn't made up for the entire season. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But wow, what a part one, man. I'm not going to say that this is best of both worlds part one, but I don't know, maybe just short. So I don't know, Commander Cooper. I did not find it meandering, and
Yeah.
it was good. Go ahead. Correct.
No, but yeah, not so much meandering in the beginning, was just very slow build up, and I felt that everything was really, all the other characters and stuff were really kind of shoehorned into that last, little bit, and then the action adventure was, to me, like I said, too quick for the payoff that we got. I just think it should have been like a longer build up. That's my only thing. But I'll be honest, I am cautiously optimistic. This last one will, blow us out of the water. So we'll see.
Interesting. I am beyond that. I'm like, I love these guys. You heard me all season. I love what they've done, and I'm thankful. So I'm not cautiously optimistic, and I'm not trying to shoot you down in any way either,
no.
Commander Cooper. I'm like, yes, thank you. I'm glad I won. How many lower deckers have tuned out because this season has not been good? And then you get this. It's their loss. We've been in it. Michael, we've been talking about it, man.
Yeah.
And I think this is great. Are you cautiously optimistic, Michael? I'm not. I'm like, bring it on, baby.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, I was wondering. I mean, I knew that if 9 wasn't good, that we were in trouble.
Oh, okay.
I mean, and we're not in trouble anymore, I don't think. As I said, I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was slow. I was engaged, and I didn't know the half an hour had gone by. I went, what do you mean to be continued? I said, we've only had about 10 minutes. And then I looked at my watch, and it was like, oh, it's been 30 minutes. Okay. So I said, I didn't have that same feeling. The commander did, but, as everybody's different. So.
I read a review, Greg, that this is the first time I see someone else use a phrase that you've used a few times as well, a trope. There were significant Trek tropes in this one, and I did not feel insulted, not once. They felt good. When they are, or something comes through and they see a Starfleet escape pod, and what does Boimler say? A really big Spock, which is another reference to the Infinite Vulcan, seen as a skeleton in Keyshawn, his eyes open. That was out there. I was like, ooh, what a good connection. I thought that one was good. I missed it the first time, and I saw it in a review, and it was great. Did you guys catch? I'm so sorry. In the reality this episode's Mariner comes from, it is Troy who has a transporter duplicate stranded on
Yeah.
for years instead
Yeah.
of Breaker. And very good. The USS Beagle. It's a modification of the Enterprise ring ship. But Lily Sloan, that was my. I love the Lily character. I've always been in love with that character. Her moment, the Picard moment in First Contact, where she's holding the phaser on him, says, "Let me show you something," and he opens up the door, and she's just, "Oh my God!" He says, "Australia, New Zealand, all that,"
Mm-hmm.
and he reaches out to her and he says, "I have something to show you." Picard is doing what we all wish we could do: speak to that person that we admire. And in the case of Picard, it's Zephram Cochrane and Lily Sloan that are the architects of the future that Picard lives in. And to know that she is here, oh my God. Yes, I was, and Mariner, remember, she's all like, "I know you, I know you, I know you." And then she goes, "Oh my God, you're Lily Sloan." Even I jumped up at that, and it was great. It was absolutely awesome. There was a lot to like in this episode. Yeah, it was great. Oh, and did you notice that they have a prime directive as well? It's an ethical directive that they don't talk to the people that they deal with. But I loved how that Vulcan, after they were explaining, like, "I told you, I told you." That was funny, the way the Vulcan said, "I told you there was a problem." That was almost familial.
Yeah, they're the same in every universe.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I genuinely laughed. The first time I laughed, I don't remember when it was because I've already seen it 3 times. But there was a genuine smile across my face. And when Lily showed up, I'm sorry to repeat it, that was great. Oh my God. It was absolutely awesome. Boimler, the character, wow. Mariner, wow. They and obviously dealing with all the great characters that came before them. Wow. Oh, when Mariner was on the deck being crushed, that was funny. "Oh, let me give you a hand." I think he said, "Let me give you a holographic hand." That
Something
was
like
funny.
that, yeah.
That was good. It was great. And then when the Kims started fighting at the very end,
Oh,
they
that was
wanted to
funny.
do the right thing. And how appropriate that the one guy that got promoted, he's essentially the evil one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some other thoughts, guys? Otherwise, I'm good, man. It was awesome. It was absolutely. I loved the arguing between Garrick and Bashir. You're right, Greg. It felt real, and that's why maybe Aaron, I missed it because they sounded like it. I took them for being a real couple, and it was funny. So why do we argue? And what does Garrick say? It's more fun that way.
Oh, yeah. At least
How
you
many?
didn't say it was more fun making up.
Yeah. Well, but for them, the intellectuals that they are, it's much more arguing. I would get that. But yes, it was great. Now, did you guys catch the name of the ship?
Yes.
Greg, can you give us a
So
little
the
bit on
ship is
that?
named Axamander
Yeah.
or Axaminder, depending on how you want to pronounce Greek.
Yeah.
Or Anaximinder rather. After Anaximandros, who was a Greek philosopher. It's not very well known.
Oh.
But
He was an early
what
proponent
was
of science,
yes. Yeah.
with interest in its origin per Wikipedia,
Yeah.
which is per David Part, The Great Contraption, Princeton University Press.
Yeah. You know what, guys? They went all out. Liz, for me, I don't think they overdid it. I loved all the connections. They were awesome. And I'm not holding out hope. I am expecting these guys to deliver.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing that you guys wanted to point out or anything, please let me know.
I think we've covered most of it.
I enjoyed seeing Mariner as an engineer. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene. Curzon Dax is fighting the Quapians or whatever. He's holding them off, and I love it. He's Boimler says, "We don't have time for this." That was a Trekkian trope. I gotta believe, Greg, that one was. And he says, "We don't have time for this." I do. Keep going. This is how I relax. Calm down, people. Everyone is gonna have their arse kicked. I thought that was good. I mean,
That was funny.
overdue, but I really did enjoy that. That was funny.
That
He's like,
was
"Come on,
appreciated.
boys, calm down. I'll deal with all of you." That was
But
good.
to back up to the top of the hour, I do have to concur with Liz. When this started without the usual Lower Decks pacing, because even bad episodes had their typical pacing. It started without the usual pacing. I got worried really quick. But they came through.
Okay, fair enough. I like that. Michael, anything else you want to add?
Nope, that's about all I wanted to say.
Liz,
No, that was about it for me too.
Aaron,
I'm all good.
did you guys like the episode?
No, not at all. No, it's terrible. No.
I can't wait. I will be up early on Thursday to watch this. I will. I'm looking
Wow.
forward to it. Yeah.
Wow.
So, all right. Lauren McGuire wrote the episode. Well, she got the credit. And Brandon Williams was the director. Great job, guys. Thank you. And everyone at Star Trek Lower Decks. Wow. Can't wait for episode 10. All right. That's it. Do we have any announcements? Liz, anything going on in your life?
We do have a program tomorrow morning that is scheduled at 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. Pacific time. However, I'm not certain if we're going to be able to pull it off because there is some technical difficulties going on between being able to do it with some of the stuff that each is having as far as connectivity.
I may be there to join you guys tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So if I can maintain the stable the stable dimensional connection, maybe it'll work. So
Okay. Well,
we'll
you
see.
know the subject material?
I was told by Aisha. Thank you.
All right. Cool.
All right, Michael.
Well, we have a special guest on Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time.
Who's joining us?
Aaron. He's going to be talking about
Oh!
his new short.
It's this Friday. Oh,
Yep.
dumbass. That was good. I knew it was Friday. I forgot. All right.
Yeah.
Ooh, Aaron, are you going to join us for that interview when we interview this kid called the kid named Aaron?
I hope so.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it. All right.
We do hope so. And we have the actor who plays Leonardo da Vinci that's going to be with us too. So that's going to be cool. And Greg, you look stunned.
Or you're frozen.
One of the two.
I think he's frozen.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You were frozen. Okay.
Well, that's absolutely awesome. We're going to be able to check out some of Aaron's newest stuff, and we'll see it.
And
Greg.
then the next day,
Uh-huh.
Aaron, unless it has changed, Aaron's going to release his third short to the
Oh, yeah.
world.
Yeah.
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 Ooh.
It's really funny because I just literally finished talking to Michael about the fact that we wouldn't be releasing the third short and blah blah blah, and then literally the next day the person came through with the music and I was like, so
I know. I went, what? He told me.
I know.
Well, that just means we have to have another show in a week or two. That's all.
There you go.
Yeah. Why not? You know.
Exactly. Why not? All right. Greg.
No announcements. Constar's been out a week. It was really good.
Oh, I
It's a
watched
full
that the
2
other
hours
day.
long.
Oh,
Huh?
I saw you, Greg. I saw it the other day. I saw you in it.
Oh, thank you.
Greg,
Wasn't it?
I apologize. I've not seen it. I'm gonna have to watch it later on today. I just,
No worries.
you know what, haven't had a chance.
It's 2 hours long.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And it has almost everybody that's ever worked with Vance and then a couple.
Ooh, okay. All right. I may not check it out tonight then. If it's 2 hours. I'll probably have to see it either on Sunday or Monday then, but I'll check it out before we are on next time, which is really kind of cool.
Oh, no worries. No worries.
Oh yeah. Well, dude, you're in it. I got to see it. Huh? Hey.
I'm just an
Whatever.
actor.
Michael, we have 2 stars with us, don't we?
Yep.
I guess.
Oh, he's
yeah.
the one that pulls masterpieces together.
Oh, yeah, whatever. And you're involved in fan productions as well, buddy. So it is really cool to see. 2 hours, huh? Wow. All right.
He's been working on it for 2 years with his son.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I look forward to it. Okay.
And
Well-
then for the rival franchise, Star Wars, we're doing our review of Skeleton Crew tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So episode 3 of that.
Okay.
So
When Strange New Worlds return, folks, have no doubt we'll be working. If people want to join us, especially from around the world, we'll have to accommodate and see when we can do it. But we are going to do Strange New Worlds. I remember that I asked Greg to join me for that one, and we've been doing it ever since, and everyone else has joined us. It was absolutely awesome. I have to thank Greg from that, because that's where I had finally reached out to you and I said, dude, I got it. I now know what I want to do, the 2 of us. And boy, did it work. And I'm so glad that we've done that now, Greg. It's been a lot of fun on Strange New Worlds.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, definitely. And I mean, the show after Discovery, the show was such a breath of fresh air. They lost a lot of the charm when they brought the Strange New Worlds crew on, and it only made sense that would be its own show.
Yeah. No kidding. It was really good. And like I said, I'm glad we've done it for the 2 seasons, and I look forward to season 3, which will be in early to mid 2025. Well, there it is, folks. Oh, do we have a premiere date for the Section 31 movie?
yeah, and I can't remember what it is.
It's like February, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
the trailers look awesome.
Oh, I haven't seen the trailer
January
yet.
24th.
Oh my!
Aaron?
January 24th.
It's the 24th.
Okay.
Okay.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was on Samsung Movies channel. I can't remember the exact name of the channel, but when I got up this morning and turned on the TV, that was on. And I'm sitting there watching Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh, wow. That's going to be
I've loved Michelle Yeoh ever since that film.
Oh, I loved her from the second Pierce Brosnan James Bond.
Oh, here.
Yeah, she was great. That's when I discovered her, and I thought she was great. That's on a Friday when it debuts, the movie. Okay. Well, we'll see. Hopefully we can work out something, folks, and we can have everyone on. That would be cool because I believe it's going to be about a 2-hour runtime, and that'll be interesting. It's not a series. It's a one-off as
It's
of
a
right now.
one-off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they could get her for anything more than that.
She is one busy lady.
And good for her. That's the
Well
way-
deserved, too.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
And glad to see she's representing the over 50 crowd. That's rare in Hollywood these days.
Sure enough. And I don't understand people ripping her accent. I don't get that. That is just, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
rude.
It's very rude. And they ripped that accent for Star Trek Discovery. So I just, that was, hey, look, man, if we can have a fan film from Arkansas, we can. I had to
Oklahoma
be
City.
stupid. Hey, but I love that program. I saw every episode, so you know what I'm talking about. But that's cool. It wasn't meant in a shot. It was like, hey, they all had a southern drawl, man. It could happen. So it's all good. All right, folks.
Shame
wanna
on
thank-
you.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Shame on you.
Show enough.
Bless your heart.
No, that's not Arkansas.
And that was Hood speak now. Very good. Very few people know where that's from, but the older crowd does. Michael, thank you. Liz, thank you. Aaron, thank you. Greg, thank you. I'm Roger. I had a great time watching this episode. Guys, go and watch it. Check it out. It's good stuff. And we can't wait to see you guys next week to talk about
The possible series finale.
Yeah.
the season and series finale. We're here. And just to think, 8 weeks ago, we were doing this, and now we're here. Wow. Or 7 weeks. Did they do a 2-episode
Yeah.
premiere?
Yeah,
One,
yeah,
two.
yeah.
Okay. So 7 weeks. Hey, it's all right. It's all good. All right, guys. I appreciate it. We are out of here. Jolan True, don't forget to put your pataks aside, and we are out of here.